Hello and welcome again. So this polarity is particularly interesting if you're in any leadership context, or if you're looking to lead yourself, your group, your teams into more dynamic, more creative and more possible places of potential creativity and emergence, really. So we're going to be exploring this particular polarity. The polarity of leading and following. So leading can have a lot of connotations with it. There can be a lot of connotations what it means to be a leader, what it means to be in a leadership position, what leading even means. So let's just break that down as a construct and really explore here together. What do we actually mean by leading in life in general? If you look at nature, nature is constantly leading. It is constantly coming up with new ideas and forging the way forward, if you will. It's seeing possibility, potential, and seeing emergence for something new, creativity, which is leading. It's leading into some new possibility, some new realms. Now, if you translate that to a team dynamic, or in business, or in any form of workplace environment or anything like that, it is really the idea or the concept of coming up with new things, coming up with creative new ideas, new visions. Where can we move towards? It is unknown and is not here yet. And reality and nature, if you look at nature, it's constantly doing that. It is constantly creating and coming up with new emergence of possibility. We humans are essentially, we're as a part of nature, and really as nature, we are fundamentally creative and beings of creation. And so we can actively sort of tap into that energy, if you will, or just feel that in our systems and lead forward a way that is maybe not here yet, but we see is possible. Now, it can seem like then that the other side of that, which can be experienced as a polarity, which is following, which in sort of more simple terms is like you've got the leaders and you've got the visionaries and the team leaders and the people that run businesses and so on. And you have the people that follow, the people that work in a work context and simply follow. So it's kind of, it can be looked down upon. But again, if we look at nature, nature is also constantly, as it's pathing new ways forward, it's constantly following and listening to what is required. What is required by reality? What is available? And so in a certain sense, the highest form of leading is by following. And particularly in work context or in context where you're working with other humans, if you really want to lead someone else into their own potential or their own possibility, you need to be able to follow them. Follow their pace, follow their thought processes, follow what are they. You need to listen, be able to listen and follow their stream of thought or their stream of consciousness, if you will. You need to be able to do that in order to then move into what's possible with them. And so real leadership with someone else is being able to switch and flex and flow between coming up with new ideas and listening and coming back. And also within oneself, if we want to lead ourselves to new places, we need to be able to listen and rest back into a following space of ourselves as well, which is a listening quality, which is a quality of where is my body or my system or my creativity naturally wanting to go, and how can I simply follow that energy, that stream? So it becomes a very fluid, dynamic process. And this is really available for all of us in life. And so we're going to go through again an embodiment practice, so you can stand on your pole or your mat or whatever you've got, and you can start walking up and down this particular polarity. So on the one side, as you stand in the position of leading, and you stand there, how does the body feel if you're in a leadership role or position, or you have this idea that you're leading towards something? How does that feel in the body? What is the bodily response to that? What is the heart rate? What's happening here? What are some of the associations that come up, maybe in the work context, any roles that you've played in the work context? And maybe notice a investment of the self-structure of who you take yourself to be in this particular place. I'm a real good leader. Or you might notice that you don't feel like you are a very good leader, or you're not good at leading. And so you might feel discomfort in this place. And so just take note of that, and then gently in your own time, start walking to the other side as you move into the place of following. Again, as you move from one side to the other, notice how the energetic in the body is shifting, potentially, how the heartbeat is beating, and how the breath is breathing. And as you stand in this place of following, notice and observe, what does it feel like to be in this place of following? Maybe following others, maybe following yourself. Maybe this could be experienced as more of a standing back positioning as opposed to leading and moving forward. So notice how the body responds to this energetic. Maybe you feel very comfortable here, maybe you don't feel comfortable here at all, because you're identified with being the leader or wanting to be leading. So again, notice any preferences or likes or dislikes that might come up in either of these spaces. And then in your own time, start to walk up and down this polarity. And start to notice what happens as you merge these energies. What is available? What is possible as you merge and walk up and down? As you notice that leading is following and following is leading, and it's really one and the same thing. And in order to lead, we need to be able to listen and follow. And in order to really listen and follow, we need to be able to take the lead. And if you need more time, feel free to do so. But if you're ready, and so pause the video then. But if you're ready, you can come into the apex point. So that fifth person perspective, and really start to see again from this perspective, what is available here? What is possible here in this space? Potentially you can feel, as you've merged the leading and the following qualities of either side, you can feel in your body a beautiful blend of sturdiness and focus, and a following quality which is maybe more receptive and nurturing and flowy. And really what we're also in this sense are integrating is a certain quality of masculine and feminine energies. So take note of this place in this fifth person perspective and what's available, what's possible. So again, watch what is the body doing, the breath, the heartbeat, and what is really possible in this space, and what can you take into your work context or into your leadership context, or maybe in other areas in life where you would like to lead yourself more. In other words, let's say you want to do more yoga, you want to do more exercise, or you want to eat differently, or whatever it might be. In work, you want to really bring about this cool project with your teammates, and you really want to have a cool collaborative team culture going on. And really, how can this polarity, ask yourself the question, how can this polarity and the integration of this polarity in particular, and just the insight into that this exists, how can that support you in creating a more harmonious, dynamic relationship with both yourself in your life, as well as within your team and the people that you work with? And you really can start to integrate and merge these energies. As an example, when I started to do my morning practice, I used to do it from a very, you can call more rigid, but more leading perspective. I was leading myself quite strongly, maybe more masculine driven as well, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but that was simply the energetic that I brought to the table at that stage, which is about 6 years ago now. And every morning I did my morning practice from that place of leading myself, but I was not able to also follow myself and actually listen and follow the body. What is the body naturally wants to, how does the body want to lead me? And so there's a certain surrendering quality that's required if we move more from leading towards following. And then as I surrender and follow and listen to that, can I then take the lead again and step into action or step into a bit more of that doing space and into that leading space? And how can I then also surrender back into that following space? So it's a constant dance and moving. It's a very dynamic dance. But that's one example of how this is happening in life. This is, of course, happening all the time. So enjoy this practice, come back to it as you need to, ask any questions, and see you soon. Thank you.